Hi. At the end of the last video, I promised that this time I would talk about happier events. Specifically, I said that I would talk about the movement of the planet Jupiter, which represents it's the major beneficent, so it represents expansion, optimism, wherever there's major benefits in our life, from the sign of Taurus into the sign of Gemini. All of us should be feeling some lightening anyhow from the events that we've gone through in the past few months, or the past few months, because Mars has moved off of Neptune, and that opposition, the sense of like the kind of gripping sense that there's nothing we can do and that we're locked in some kind of some sort of terrible conundrum where there's no positive action that's possible. That should have lightened really for everyone. Neptune is still around, and there may be, for some, still a sense of confusion, like things have gotten better, or somewhat better, but it's still no clearer exactly why, so it's nice that it feels better, but there's still a sense of like the other shoe could drop, or, if I don't understand why things shifted or how things shifted, it could always shift back at any moment. So there may still be some underlying sense of anxiety or, unease as a result of that. But generally speaking, our lives should feel much easier, and it should once again feel possible to take positive action. So in the next month, on June 10th, Jupiter moves out of Taurus, an earth sign which likes to be steady and stable and focused, into the sign of Gemini, the twins, which is the twins, and is mobile, active, fluctuating, versatile, very different from Taurus. So anytime a major planet changes sign, that signifies a change in the energetic signature that we all experience. Obviously, there are some people for whom this is very good, and there are others for whom it's, sort of good, and there are usually, when it's a major planet shifting signs, there might be some people for whom it's difficult. Since it's Jupiter, which is the major beneficent, it's not really likely to be actively bad for anyone. Jupiter brings good things. The bad things it does are it can breed over-optimism, so sometimes if there's a difficult aspect to you, you might overestimate what you can do. It makes things bigger, so sometimes people get fatter. And because it makes things bigger, if it falls in a certain way on your astrological chart where there are already difficult dynamics in place, it can expand or activate or, further enhance some of what you're going through already. But for the most part, it does make things better. It brings benefits. So as we move into a time when, Jupiter will be in Gemini for about a year. It takes about a year for Jupiter to move through any sign. We're in a time where there is a benefit to all of us from Gemini-like energy, which again is the twins. And the focus for us, or the symbol for that, the symbol that is useful to think about in terms of this, is this, the yin, often called the yin-yang. I thought of it as the Tai Chi, but it's a pretty familiar symbol to everyone. Sometimes you see it like that, or like that. You see it any number of different ways. In any event, it is particularly appropriate right now because as we move from Taurus into Gemini, the yin-yang symbol, or the Tai Chi symbol, represents how we can hold both an awareness of two within one. And this is important for all of us in the months ahead, especially when we move into a time where there may be more of a sense of mobility and fluctuation in terms of what we're focusing on or what's happening. And because Jupiter brings good things, but it doesn't negate what's difficult already, it can be important to allow yourself to see and experience what's good, even if it's small, even if it seems insignificant at first, to allow yourself to experience and value what is good, even if it doesn't negate or overwhelm or change what is challenging or difficult. Usually that Tai Chi symbol is thought of as light and dark, and neither is exactly good or bad. And there is always in our lives a certain amount of fluidity or fluctuation between what really is good and what is bad. They can so easily switch from one to the other. And there is no good thing that cannot become a bad thing. Likewise, no bad thing that can't in its own way become a good thing. One important aspect of this symbol, too, is that within each there is the seed of the other. So this is also significant in terms of our ability to tolerate circumstances where we may feel divided between two directions or two poles or two types of experience, but also the all-important experience of looking for the seed of joy within even the difficult or challenging experiences that we might encounter. And that seed of joy is not, it doesn't have to be like a kind of rote, I should be grateful for my spouse or for my children or for the fact that I have a house to live in. These are all fine and they can be good, but the real seed of joy is nameless. So connecting to that seed of joy is like connecting to the possibility that that there is joy available in the world, and the understanding that whatever you're experiencing will change, will go into something else and into its opposite, and that too will change. Sometimes viewing nature is a good way to experience that seed of joy. Everyone has a different way, a different thing, but it's very simple, and it doesn't usually have words. It's just a connection to an awareness that whatever you're going through, there's more. It doesn't change it. It doesn't get rid of your plumbing problems or your debt. And it doesn't necessarily tell you how to solve them either. But it does expand your view of what life is. And that in itself creates a kind of peace most of the time. Those skills of the kind of resilience that comes from understanding that whatever is happening will shift, and the tolerance of allowing more than one reality to coexist are valuable skills and definitely lead towards happiness no matter what, and are particular attributes of Gemini. So as Jupiter gets ready to move into Gemini next month, play with the notion of holding two experiences that may appear to be contradictory within your awareness without asking that one or the other become the dominant or preside over the other. Good luck with that, and I'll talk to you in a few weeks. Have a good week.